Hello there guys, welcome back to Grassroots to Greatness with St Mirren in the Ladbrokes Championship. So, without further ado, prepare yourselves for one hell of a cup walloping and some great, steady results. After our opening game 2-0 victory over Inverness, we went back to our place and beat Queen of the South by 2-1. It was a lot more difficult than it looked, to be fair. Alexandre Decol with their goal was absolutely fantastic throughout the game, and he was unlucky not to get more goals, to be honest. He was really good. I did have a look at him to see about perhaps bringing him over to St Mirren, but his stats wouldn't have got him many games in our team, if I'm on. We then played Kilmarnock from the Premier League in the Cup, a 2-2 draw in a game that was very, very close and very, very even. You can see there Callum Gallagher missed a penalty on 28 minutes. The keeper actually saved it. It rolled across the line, hit the post, and then the keeper managed to run and jump on it before Gallagher followed it up for the rebound. But 2-2 was probably a fair result come the end of the game. A 3-3 draw with Falkirk at home followed. Ismail Bakayoko scored a hat-trick on his debut. We'll have a look at him in a minute. He is a fantastic find. He's not a great player, but he's that quick that it makes him an absolutely standout player in this division at least. Then this happened. Just take it in. We beat Kilmarnock in the replay by 9-1. They were woeful. Absolutely woeful. They were so bad they substituted their goalkeeper at half time. That is how bad they were. They were absolutely woeful, and I can't stress how poor they were. They were just absolutely terrible. We then travelled to Hamilton, where Danny Robertson and Lewis Morrison shared 2 goals apiece in a 2-2 draw. Again, we absolutely dominated this game. We should really have put it to bed, but after going 2-0 down after 26 minutes, I was just happy to get away with a point. We then beat Wraith by 2-1. Bakayoko and Carswell. Stuart Carswell, by the way, I said he was a veteran player. I got him mixed up with somebody else, so it isn't actually him who's the 35-year-old, so I apologise for that. But again, another dominating performance. We had a lot of shots on goal. We just seem to be struggling in the league anyway to put plenty of goals in. We don't seem to have much of a problem in the Cup, as you've seen already, but league-wise, goals seem to be a bit more difficult to come by. We then travelled to Dumbarton, and a 2-2 draw against them was a fair result, I suppose, in a way, but we should have done more with the amount of efforts we had on target and the possession we had. We should have done a lot more, but in terms of watching the game, with the key highlights and stuff, it looked a more even match than what the stats suggested. And then last time out, this has to be one of my most tactically spot on games I've ever played in Football Manager. The pitch was so long that my little side menus in the 2D, they were actually half over the pitch. The pitch was that long, and what Wraith were doing was they were playing long ball to Lewis Vaughan every single time they got the ball. So what I did was I dropped the defence to very deep, dropped them right back to deep, and then changed our playing style to long ball into the box, go route 1, shoot on sight, and it worked. That was after we hit 1-1. We took the lead with our normal style tactic on 6 minutes, and then they equalised, and then they just kept doing the same thing. It was a long ball over, and Lewis Vaughan was past our defence every time. And then I changed it, and it took a while to kick in, but from the 78th minute it really did kick in, and I was really proud of myself, because apart from that, you can see down below, it was the most even of games you could possibly get. So it was very even, but we deserved the 4-1 win in the end, because we were finishing wise, we were spot on. But I was very proud of my tactical nous in that one, I must admit. So how about that? 9 fucking won against Kilmarnock. I cannot get over it. It was, I mean, Alex McLeish must have been absolutely furious with his boys. And since then, they've lost a couple. They were on a pretty poor run, to be fair, at that point. But they looked absolutely woeful in that game. I couldn't get my head around it. And Ismail Bakayoko even has been absolutely fantastic. He was at Tottenham and he was really, really unhappy. So we picked him up on a free and he's not looked back since. I mean, he's been absolutely superb for us. His stats are okay. It's his acceleration, his pace, his stamina and his strength that are the big ones. And then he's got good determination and good work rate and decent dribbling. The rest of them aren't brilliant stats, but he has been superb and he looks pretty awesome. I reckon he looks pretty damn awesome. So he's been really good. He reminds me a little bit of, do you remember Wagner Love, who used to be around the game a lot years ago? He's back in Brazil now, but Wagner Love, I think who he used to play for? Was it CSKA in Moscow? Possibly. Yeah, he reminds me of him in the way that he looks. So, yeah, but he's been fantastic for us. Really, really good. In terms of money, we're at Crap Creek without a paddle. The board have pumped another 250k in, but it's just not made much of a dent at all. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. And the second thing I'm concerned about, when it came to the transfers, who was it? Where's he gone? He went to Dundee, I think. Did he go to Dundee? Or I can never remember if he went to Dundee or Dundee United. Yeah, Dundee. This really pissed me off. Right, I was having discussions with him, with Dundee, about him going there for £380,000. Right, and we were chatting away, and things were going lovely. You know, it was a really decent set of talks, and then the board sold him for £49,000 from under my nose. And I was just fecking furious. I mean, I was livid. So I said to the board, I protested the transfer because they were sort of trying to put it through. And it's not the first time. I think the same sort of thing happened with Sean Kelly before I got there. Because I do remember seeing, I think I vaguely remember anyway, seeing like a news article saying that the manager was unhappy with the board. Or there was a bit of a fallout with the board over something. And I think it might have been Sean Kelly's transfer at the beginning of the season, but I could be wrong. I might just be imagining that, because sometimes your brain sort of, connects two things together, and that, you think you've seen something when you haven't, and all that sort of stuff. But so I was furious about it. So I protested the transfer, and they basically said, if you don't like it, get out. And so I thought, I don't want to leave the job so soon, so I just kind of said, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have got so worked up, that sort of crap. And then there was a press article asking me, what's your relationship like with the board, because we've heard that blah blah blah. And I was like, it's not ideal, but blah blah blah. And then the board were like, why are you talking to the press, slagging us off? Basically, obviously those aren't the words. I was like, I'm not. I just sort of said the situation wasn't ideal, but I understood it, so go screw yourselves. But the board were like, basically the board went, we'll discuss this at another point, which basically probably means the end of the season I'm going to probably have a board meeting or something, and I'll have to kiss their ass basically to keep my job, I think. But they haven't said anything recently, and when I've had updates, they've been really pleased with the way things are going. So I don't know, maybe it was just maybe it's all water under the bridge now. But in terms of the league, we're still top somehow. We've managed to stay top, a point ahead. It seems to be that we are matching each other's results. If we draw, they draw. If we win, they win. If we lose, they lose. It seems to be going like that at the moment. We are guaranteed now, though, just so that you know. Where are we? What am I doing? We are actually now guaranteed a playoff place, which is you know, a brilliant backup to have. We know we've got that. And today's game is against bottom place Morton, who can still stay up. There's no doubts about that. But we've got them coming up. So, but they have been on a good run. Look at that. 3 wins in the last 5 games and a draw. 1 defeat is not bad going. And just in terms of the cup, we have a semi-final against Hearts coming up. Now, I'm not going to live com that. I did think about doing this video on that, but I thought, no, if we're going to live com the cup, it would be great to live com the final. You know, it would be great to live com the final. But that doesn't mean we're going to get there. We may never get there. We may not stand a chance of getting there, but we'll see. Also, thank you to... I'm sorry, your name's completely escaped me now. Oh, man. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. I can't remember your name now. But thank you for clearing up what happens here. So basically with this, these two play each other. These two positions play each other in like a playoff game. The winner of that plays the second place team, and then the winner of that plays the relegation playoff team from the league above. So that's that cleared up. So I'm really grateful to you for that, my friend. Moss, that was it. Moss. Thank you, Moss. It just suddenly popped into my head then. Moss Rack, I think it was. Thank you very much for helping us out there. So we're going to go into this game. And the team's relatively okay. The sharpness isn't the best for some of the guys, but we should be all right in this match. I'm just hoping that we can give a good account of ourselves. We should pick up 3 points in this game, but we have become draw masters in the league. It seems to be our favourite thing to draw 2-2. He's not going to get that, is he? He's quick, but he's not that quick. Jesus. Preston. Oh, that's a beautiful ball to Scully, and great save from the goalkeeper there. Come on. Oh, that's a poor ball. Poor ball. We've been... defensively, we are pretty weak. I'm not going to lie to you. We are pretty weak going, you know, when teams run at us, we do let them through a lot. What was that all about? Shooting for from there, you dollard. Go on. Go on, run at him. That's it. Send it in. Oh. Come on, keep at him. Go on. Bakayoko. Oh, what a goal. His 10th goal. 10th goal. It is crazy. He is absolutely on flames. He's absolutely on flames. Come on. I hate this first highlight. It always takes ages to load. Come on, you swine. Come on, that's it. Grassroots into Bakayoko. Look at this. Turns his man beautifully. I think he may have even megged him there. And then look at that. Poor from the goalkeeper. Very poor from the goalkeeper. But Bakayoko, it's been fantastic since joining from Tottenham. He was so unhappy at Tottenham though. It was like, I don't know why, because I can't see... Oh, God. Great save. I couldn't see it being first-team football because he wasn't good enough to get in the first team by any stretch of the imagination. And he was actually... Well, there's the dog from next door. Welcome to the video, Daisy. Shut up, dog. Oh, what a save. He was actually offered to me by his... agent. Basically came to me and was like, would you like this guy? And the second I looked at his forward, is that off? Because that looked like a bit of a cynical challenge. That's poor defending from them there. Absolutely woeful. But yeah, so the agent came to me and was like, would you like this guy? And instantly I looked at his face and I was like, your face is amazing. Your regen face is amazing. I need to sign you whether you're good or not. And then I scouted him and his stats came up and it said he would be really interested in joining. Go on. Go on. Get in, Morgan. 2-0. Lewis Morgan, he's been amazing. Absolutely amazing on the wing. Look at that that was a great ball from McClear though, straight across. And again, the goalkeeper's done poor there. You can see why Morton are bottom, can't you? They are very, very poor. very poor indeed in defensive terms anyway. So yeah, so I had a look at him and I saw his stats of like speed and that, and my scout was like, we should sign him definitely. Excuse me, they were like, you should sign him definitely, because he's described as an explosive striker as well. So I thought, right, I wonder how much he's going to cost, and they said he'd cost between 50 and 100k, and I was like, oh, I can't really afford that. So I went in and just sort of said to Spurs, this is how much we can offer. And then I realised just before I clicked place bid that it said that the asking price, you know, when it pops up with like the asking price sort of around here on the screen, it was at 0. So I was like, right, put that smart down to 0, put it in, and they were like, yeah, we're really pleased that discussions have happened so quickly. And that was it. He came, we discussed his contract. He's on about £925 a week, I think he's on now. And that was it. Game over for him at Tottenham. He was now a fully fledged, he's a fully fledged St Mirren player. And that was it. And then he came in, made his debut, got a hat-trick, played in that second game, got a hat-trick again. He's been scoring steady ever since, causing defences loads of trouble with his pace. It'll be interesting to see how he progresses. I think he may possibly struggle the further up he goes because he's quick, but he's not great in many other aspects. He's quick and physical, but that's it. But in some leagues, that is all you need, you know, to be a world-class player in that division. So I think he'll do all right in the Scottish Premier Division because, oh, good save. Against Kilmarnock, he looked very, very decent. You know, he looked real, like the real deal against Kilmarnock. But, you know, can he do it every week against everybody? Kilmarnock were especially woeful that day. Well done. Nice. I don't get it because today we've looked defensively really good. Go on, Sutton. Oh, woeful. He's not been great since we brought him back to the club, John Sutton, at all. He's not really appeared much, but when he has, he's not been great. Probably let him go at the end of the season on a free. He was just brought in because we needed somebody, but then obviously Bakayoko came in and stole the limelight. But fantastic. A nice little 2-0 win to round off what's been a decent couple of weeks for us. I'm going to say I'm very pleased with them. He's telling me not to say anything, idiot. But I'm going to tell him I'm pleased. And again, Bakayoko, man of the match. Yeah, 925k's on. So, happy with that. But that keeps us a point ahead of Cali. As I say, we win, they win situation going on. And we've got Alloa next, who are 9th in the league, which is one above Morton. So, hopefully you'd think that's going to be another 3 points. But anyway, guys, for today, that is going to be it. Oh, Wraith have sacked off their manager. That is going to be it for today. Thank you so much for all the support on the series so far. If you've enjoyed this episode, please remember to hit the like button down below. And if you're new to the channel, drop a sub on there. It's a bit of a corny thing to say, but every sub I get is one more than I ever expected to. And I do mean that, and I do really appreciate it. And for now, guys, as always, it's been an absolute pleasure being in your face. Bye-bye.